Let's take a look.
Hello, and welcome to my part 2 development video, I guess, on Testament. This is about day 3 or day 4. Quick disclaimer, I win the vast majority of these matches, but I played pretty well in them, that's why I'm uploading it, and even though I win the majority of these matches, it doesn't reflect how good the Baiken was, or, you know, how difficult and intense these matches were. It was a very, very difficult set, and I think Baiken does pretty well against Testament, all things considered. She has really good options at the mid-range to kind of challenge Unholy Diver after Grave Reaper. She has, HS Kabari, she has 2H, she has instant air dash jump S. If she has meter, she has the gun super, and although she's not like the fastest character in the game, right? She's no Chip or Millia or Ramlethal, but she's fast enough combined with how fast her normals are that she can kind of like run up into a 6P or a 4S like that and kind of challenge that mid-range a little bit more. So she has pretty good options to, you know, threaten Testament with after she does after she does Grave Reaper. Yeah, I did run up throw there after the YRC. I should have seen the super coming, that was a really obvious super. But yeah, I'm really glad I played this match because Baiken is a bit of a kryptonite of mine when it comes to offense. And it's not because of like Kabari or anything like that, it's actually Tatami. I have a lot of difficulties dealing with Tatami because depending on when it hits, if it's the first hit or if it hits twice or if it's only the last hit, the frame data changes, and when you combine this with Baiken's amazing frame data on her normals, it makes an RPS situation where if you're not really paying attention to the tatami mat, you get deleted for it. And I very rarely pay attention to the tatami hits, so I end up dying a lot on defense against this character. So I'm really glad I played this match with Testament because her defensive options are different to what I normally use with Faust. With Faust I use 2k and 2p a lot, as well as 6p and 4S and 2h. You kind of use the same buttons with Testament, but you use them at different ranges for different reasons. You know, you don't use 2k to anti-air with Testament like you do with Faust. You don't use 2p as the mid-range not mid-range, but you know, like long fast poke like you do with Faust to use the 2k. So the 2k is just like a god button on defense, it feels. It's really good. The 2p I'm still not using too much in this set, but I am using it more than what I was in the previous set. You'll also see me use a lot more of 6p and 4S and 5h. I do start getting brave on defense and chucking out bigger normals like 4S because sometimes 2k just doesn't have the range and it whiffs. And yeah, don't know why I did Nostrovia super there. Calamity 1 would have been a better option, but as you can see, my conversions are getting much better. They're much cleaner than what they were in the previous set. Thankfully, Testament's conversion routes are very, very, very simple. You can do like more complex stuff, but you really don't have to with this character. It's basically apply stay state, hit them with a normal, go into Nostrovia, do your combo, get the wall break, and rinse repeat. But yeah, see, like that situation there where I hit her with Grave Reaper, chucking out that Unholy Diver is oh, 1 second. I cannot tell you how monumentally pleased I was with that right there. I knew that super was coming, and I did like a dash block buffer Calamity 1, and yeah, that was amazing. But if you hit them with Grave Reaper, the Unholy Diver isn't like too bad of an option, but you have to be cautious when they block it because she can just do like instant air dash jump S, or Kabari, or 2H, or you know, all those options I mentioned before. So the RPS interaction after Grave Reaper is a little bit sketchy, you have to be a bit careful with it. But yeah, that stay in state, man, oh, being able to combo off of any normal into high damaging conversions is really good. If you're wondering why I was kind of like stutter dashing there, I've been practicing my dash blocking, but not just my dash blocking, I've been practicing buffering my Calamity 1 super while I dash block, so I can try and you know, reactively punish certain options with Calamity 1. You'll see me do it quite a few times in this set. But my awareness wasn't too bad in this set. I was always paying attention to when she had meter, because when Baiken has meter, that gun super, you always have to be aware of it, because it's a dangerous option. Even with Faust, this is a very dangerous option that I don't normally give the respect it deserves. But yeah, see, when you're at the mid-range, you have to be very careful about chucking out Grave Reaper. She can just get in very quickly, and you can very, very easily lose a match for it. Do I lose this? Oh no. That was a bad drop. I'm going to lose this though, there's no way I win this, yeah. But at that mid-range, that internet dash jump S is a very dangerous option. You can't just autopilot your neutral against this character with Testament, because if she gets in like that once, Baiken does have the ability to snowball very, very hard and win from that one simple interaction, so you got to be very careful with it. This matchup feels, to me, with Testament, a lot like Faust vs Giovanna, where it's difficult to win, but when you win, it's incredibly satisfying. So I actually think, out of all the matchups I've played so far with Testament, this is the one I enjoy the most. I like matchups that are very hard to win, but very rewarding when you do. And that right there is one of the most satisfying things with this character. Chucking out a HS Grave Reaper on a read, and then it works, and you do that, it's amazing. I'm not really using, what's it called, the changes to the HS Grave Reaper, well, the Grave Reaper in general, too much. Yeah, that anti-airs, that sucks. But they changed it so you can spam, you know, like S Reaper and H Reaper more. I don't really spam it too much in this matchup. I find it to be a death sentence, really, if you spam it too much. Because, like I said, although Baiken isn't very fast, she has mid-range options that can kill you if you just, you know, spam Grave Reaper, because she can very easily fish for counter hits and kill you from them. That was a really good teleport. I find Testament's teleport stuff to be quite tricky. It's... oh yes, oh, I could have actually burst baited that. Right, I chucked out the super there to see if she knows how, no, well, English, to see if she knows how to deal with it, because like she just did, you can jump over it on reaction after the animation. But some people I've played don't actually know that, so I get away with just using that on defense like that for free and get an immediate 50-50 from it. Yeah, 6p, the guard button, always use it. Yes, that's why you got to be wary of that gun super. Luckily I had the meter to keep myself safe there. If I was paying more attention, I could have 2k'd her there for the win. Nice. I got lucky there that she didn't hit throw. I think if she hit throw there, I would have died. I don't think my 2k would have won. I was too slow on the reaction. Nice parry. That was one thing that I learned very quickly, that using that at round start, if she's going to use parry, isn't a bad option. Seems pretty good. Yeah, 2H, gotta be careful. I was covering the air too much, so she went under it and I took the ground approach, which was very smart on her part. Paying attention to what version of Grave Reaper I was using to pick the approach option to get around it. That was a missed input there. I'm fairly certain she meant to do your Zansen there. Once again, paying attention to the meter, don't let her get away with that gun super. Nice jump D, very good. Yeah, I'm getting a bit brave on defense there with the far S. I recognised there that the Tatami hit twice, so she wasn't plus, so it was my turn to use the far S. Yeah, that one interaction, that jump in, almost cost. Oh, that was really unfortunate for her that she dropped it. Yeah, but I like the RPSs, the RPS interactions in this matchup. It seems like, it seems very not one-sided, like, Baiken gets a lot of reward from it, but you have the options to deal with it as Testament, so it's very rewarding when you play it right. Once again, I get stuck in the corner and don't know how to get out. 2H. God damn it. Yeah. Very simple combo routes. I'm not using more of the advanced stuff. There we go. Buffer the Sibber to punish the whatever she just did there. Was that 2H? I got lucky there. I'm surprised that wasn't plus. Oh, and I didn't do the optimal combo. After that 6H, you can do a fully charged Grave Reaper for an absolute huge combo, but yeah. I knew about it at this point in time, but I wasn't comfortable doing it. Well, it wasn't that I was comfortable doing it, it was just I'm not used to doing it yet, so I didn't do it on reaction, unfortunately. I just did the simple combo that I use on everything at the minute. I do overuse 6H a bit too much with Testament. It's kind of like Faust 6H where I use it a lot, but unlike Faust, Testament's 6H has very good special cancel options, so it's not as dangerous just to chuck out in neutral as Faust 6H. Yeah, not paying attention to where the succubus is, so I just sent that one to heaven for some reason. One thing I start doing later on in some of the future sets is when I'm in the corner and I'm being pressured and I'm not entirely sure how to get out, I'll look for an opportunity to chuck out HS Grave Reaper so that I have a succubus in the air, so that I can threaten the teleport out of the corner. It worked out pretty well in later sets because once I established that option to my opponent, they started playing more hesitant on their offense, which gave me opportunities to get out when normally I wouldn't. So I don't use it very much in this set, but that is something that I adapted to and brought into my my game plan later on. Yeah, I could have did 2P there. I think 2P would have been a better option. I'm just not using it very much. Early on, when I was playing Testament, I found the punch normals to be a little bit tricky. Not 6P, but 5P and 2P. Yeah, but I don't know if like HS Reaper at round start is actually a good option, but I use it in quite a lot of matchups and it seems really good when it works. Normally I use like 2S, backwalk 4S, or instant air backdash jump HS, not jump HS, HS Grave Reaper. But in certain matchups I do like using HS Grave Reaper. I use it quite a bit against Potemkin, if Potemkin's going to use, what's in Majuja, like Mega Fist at round start, because it beats him. Basically any character, or any opponent really, that likes to jump at round start, I use HS Reaper against them. Because even if it doesn't hit them, I'm fairly certain I'm plus, so I just get to continue my offense from there. I can back up or I can, you know, go in and do more close range stuff, but normally I like to play it from further away. I'm not using Testament's close range too much in this matchup, mostly because I'm very afraid of getting too close to Baiken and letting her get easy access to her, you know, like strike throw stuff that she gets when she gets in close. But doing like close S2H and doing strike throw from that, or, you know, frame trapping from it with super. Once again, I buffered Calamity 1 because it's amazing and I love doing that. But I didn't mean super, I mean doing like close S2H level 2 HS Reaper to frame trap, and then once they start to respect that option, you can kind of go in for throws, or you can go for resets, or like close S2H, close S2H again. It's a pretty good like situation to be in, and because of the vacuum effect on the 2H, FD doesn't work very well against it, so it's pretty damn good. I'm fairly certain this drops if I'm not mistaken, yeah. I kinda knew about how to deal with that. I did try to do the low arbiter sign to make it fully combo, but I mistimed it. Yeah, mash on the 6P because it beats literally everything. It's a god button. That was really good on her part. I wasn't expecting that super at all. Normally they don't use super at that range, but they usually English. They usually use it like in the air to bait 6P or front range. They don't really use supers close like that, or at least not that super, because it's not a reversal super. I did try to frame trap a little bit there with the 2H, giving it a bit of practice, trying to get used to it. Using Testament's 2H is really weird for me because it's quite different to Faust's 2H. You don't do the same type of like strike throw from it. God, my mouth's not working today. Strike throw from it, but it's a fantastic button, that 2H. It has very little whiff recovery as well, so even though it's got like a long startup, you can use it pretty well in neutral. I'm not using it too much in this set because Baiken has good options that outrange it. Kabari and like Internet Dash Jump S are the two options she's using quite a bit, more so than the 2H, I feel, so I'm not wanting to use my 2H all that much. Yeah. Ooh, she could have actually continued her offense there because only one of the tatami mats hit. I didn't pay attention to that probably in the set, but I did notice it in the watch back. Yeah, she's not knowing how to get through all this nonsense. Testament zoning is quite good. There's a couple of characters I find her zoning to be kind of dodgy against. Being a bit patient there, watching out for the super again, which is nice. I found Kai's to be a bit of a problem, usually. Mostly because Stun Edge, that projectile's very difficult to deal with because it doesn't trade with Grave Reaper, which is unfortunate. Potemkin can be a bit dodgy because of Slide Head and Hammerfall, but honestly that matchup feels kind of 50-50. I'm getting really cocky with that super now. I love like buffering it in block strings to try and exploit gaps, or buffering it to punish reactable stuff, but yeah, in this set I got really cocky with it later on because it was working out so well for us. Yeah, nice little combo there. I'm starting to figure out how to break the wall properly when you have no super. I don't know if I figured out in this set yet what to do after wall break. I know what to do now, obviously, but I don't know if I did in this set. We'll find out when I break the wall next time, if Baiken survives the wall break. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Arbiter Sign. If they're at like max range, you can like do a preemptive Arbiter Sign to catch them running into the Arbiter Sign. It won't hit them if they do nothing, or if they jump, but if they like run forward, you can actually catch them during the run. It's kind of funny because they literally run into the Arbiter Sign and get hit. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of weird. Yeah, gotta really be careful about that jump ass. It's a very strong option. Gotta be patient. Yeah, I'm pushing my offense way too much here. I need to be a little bit more passive. She has very good ways of getting around my nonsense. My use of Unholy Diver there wasn't particularly good. I don't know if it's because Baiken's shorter than other characters, so that's why the first Unholy Diver went over her head, but yeah, I use Unholy Diver in situations I really shouldn't. I need to be a little bit more careful with it. Use my normals more at mid-range than the Unholy Diver. And create a bit more of a guessing game. Instead of just doing like Grave Reaper immediately onto Unholy Diver, I should try and, you know, use my normals and, you know, use my positioning to kind of threaten other options other than the Unholy Diver, just to make her a little bit more hesitant about trying to counter that one specific option, because she's always doing internet dash jump S at the minute to go over the Unholy Diver, and I'm not threatening another option really to kind of stop that in this set too much. Where if I was doing, you know, S Reaper into HS Reaper, it would cover that option way more than what I'm currently doing, and force her to take other options. Yeah, God button, once again, really good button. Yeah, if she had ran forward there and I had done Arbiter Sign, she'd have got hit and I would have got a full combo. Because when they're in Stain State, Arbiter Sign triggers the Stain State, so you can literally do Arbiter Sign into Arbiter Sign in the combos. You basically do the same thing on wall break as well. If you break the wall and they have Stain State on them after wall break, if you do like Nostrovia Super and you get the hard knockdown, you can meaty them with either the low or overhead Arbiter Sign, and then on hit you can do the other one. So that's normally what I do when I break the wall, because as far as I'm aware, Testament doesn't have a true safe jump after wall break. Fast reversals can beat it, and Baiken has a parry, so I don't normally do the safe jump unless the opponent doesn't have a fast reversal. Just in case. You know, in the low overhead mix-up thing, it's like, it's unpunishable because of Stain State. It's actually plus on block because of the Stain State, so I get to... If it works, I get a combo, and if it doesn't work, I'm plus, and I can just start my zoning over again with positive meter bonus. So, you know, it's not really a bad option. Yeah, my combos are getting a lot better. It took like 2-3 days to kind of start figuring out and stop doing Faust combos with Testament. But yeah, thankfully her combo structure is relatively simple, so I didn't have to memorize too much. But one thing I do love about Testament that I didn't realize early on when I was playing this character was just how fast they build meter. They build meter so quickly, it's ridiculous. It's so fast that I feel like every time I get a Stain State hit, you know, like they're in Stain State and then I hit him with a 4S or a 2K, 2P, whatever. Whenever I do that, I almost always have super, which is kind of like nuts, because when I play a Faust, one of my like personal problems with Faust, I don't think it's a problem with Faust himself, I just think it's, you know, my playstyle with Faust. I can't believe that actually hit her there. That was just really lucky. But my personal playstyle with Faust is quite meter heavy, and I always find myself not having enough meter to play Faust the way that I want to play him. But with Testament, I have so much meter, it's like I never run out of the stuff. I can FD the opponent when they get in, I can go into super almost every single time I get a Stain State hit. I can PRC stuff on whiff, so I can 6p their anti-air when they jump in because it's a god button and it beats everything. Her ability just to build meter when she's just doing her zoning nonsense is crazy. She is quite squishy though, I've noticed that. She's a little bit more squishy than what Faust is, so it took some getting used to. You have to be... I don't necessarily think you have to be like more... Yeah, I'm getting really cocky with that super, but yeah, back onto the squishy bit. I'm not entirely sure how you do like defense when you play a squishy character. Are you supposed to sit there and wait and be more passive on defense? Because you blow up if you get hit, but then again, if you sit and be more passive on defense, you crank your risk gauge and then you blow up even more. I think it's better to get out of defense as quickly as you can with a squishy character, but my defense at the point of recording this wasn't like super good. I was using almost exclusively kick on defense and not using like punch or anything like that. I was being a little bit more brave in this set with Fares and stuff like that against the Tatami because I kept trying 2k and the 2k would whiff due to the pushback on Tatami, so I had to use bigger buttons. Yeah, I love doing that, man. I would never ever ever do this with Faust, but with Testament it's literally become my favourite thing to do with this character. Just, you know, dash block buffer Calamity 1 super. If I think they're going to do something, I just go straight into it, or I can like play reactively and you know, do it on reaction to something and just get massive chunks of people's health against it. It's such a good option. I don't know if I use it in this set to actually punish, you know, Baiken frame trapping with Kabari. I don't think I do. I know I have in some other sets. I might have like a video, a set covering that. Well, showing it, I guess. But yeah, you feel like you're such a genius when you chuck out that HS Reaper and it hits them anti-air. It's like one of the most like biggest dopamine rushes I get when I play this character. It's just amazing. Yeah, Testament just really meshes with me as a character. I find her very fun. I still love Faust, and I'm going to keep playing Faust, and I'm probably going to keep playing Testament as well, but man, this character is a lot of fun. I don't know why I stopped playing this character when they launched like 7 months ago. I think I just got matched up against a lot of Nagoriyukis and Potemkins, who at launch were like problem characters for Testament. I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, I remember just getting absolutely bodied with this character at launch, and I can't believe I'm so brave with that super. I'm normally never this brave when it comes to using super like that. I literally never use reversal super as Faust because I'm terrified it's going to get blocked. But I do it all the time with Testament, I don't know why. But yeah, I got like bodied at launch with this character, and I don't know, I just kind of stopped playing them. Don't know. Weird. But yeah, I really should have kept playing them because they're super fun. That was a good burst bit. Yeah, they do die very quickly. I saw the head. Didn't look it up that time. One thing I like about Testament's 6p in particular is it feels way more consistent than Faust's 6p. That was really good on her part. I was not expecting that at all. But Faust's 6p has like a dead zone behind the actual the hitbox of it, where the opponents can kind of like squeeze in between the hitbox and the hurtbox of Faust and completely get through the hitbox, essentially. Like they just completely don't get hit by it, and this doesn't really happen with Testament. At least it's never happened once that I can remember. Tried a burst bait there, she didn't go for it, surprisingly, because I'm fairly certain if I just did a normal combo structure, she would have died there. Yeah, those buttons are absolutely massive. That Fares is huge. When I first like looked at the Fares, it was like, it's like 12, 13 frames. It looks kind of slow. I can see myself having problems with this, but I didn't really factor in just the absolute monumental range that button has. It's ridiculous. It's even bigger than Faust's Fares, and it's disjointed quite a bit at the end, so it's really good in neutral. Really, really, really good, actually. Yeah, a bit of a frame trap there. Well, that's not actually a frame. It is technically a frame trap, but I don't know, what am I saying? I charged it way too much for that to be a frame trap, but I was fishing for a frame trap. I haven't got the timing down yet on the Grave Reaper frame traps. You're supposed to hold it for like a very, 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 very small amount, you know, like a fraction of a second, and then let go. You're not meant to hold it that long. Ooh, do I get hit? No. But yeah, you can, like, Grave Reaper as a special is just really bloody good. It's a fantastic zoning tool. It's a fantastic frame trap. It's really good for like pressure because it's plus on block if you charge it. And the HS Grave Reaper, if you're close enough and you get both hits to connect, irrelevant to what version you do, you're plus, and the more you charge it, the more plus you get. I think it's like plus 10 or something, plus 12 if you fully charge it. So it's ridiculous in like close range situations. I kind of wish Faust had something like that, honestly, because it allows Testament a lot of flexibility as to what range she wants to play at. She can kind of bounce back and forth between like close range, mid range, almost full screen. She can't zone technically all that well from full screen, but she can zone from almost full screen. Well, technically Unholy Diver does hit full screen if you have like the Succubus at max range, but the Grave Reaper doesn't hit at max range. Yeah, that's 6p, man. It's such a good button. Don't know how to get out. I'm just kind of sat there blocking. Ooh, got brave. I challenged the Tatami with a Fares. Nice. Got her out. Yeah, that was a bit of a risky Arbiter Sign there. I think I was expecting her to run in at us and get caught by the Arbiter Sign. Testament doesn't really get all that much in the way of conversions when the opponent isn't in sustain state, so that Forest counter hit there doesn't really lead into anything. I guess I could have did like, what is it? Forest counter hit Arbiter Sign. One thing I started doing on round start is if I do 2S and I get a counter hit at round start, I normally just combo into Arbiter Sign rather than HS Reaper because it knocks the opponent further away, and then I can chuck out a HS Reaper or an S Reaper more safely, and not have to really worry about my opponent, you know, mashing a big button or doing an instant air dash at us. But without sustain state, her conversion rate isn't very good at like mid-range, but as soon as you put in sustain state, everything combos. I was a bit slow there on the dash up, but that does combo. It's pretty good. I've been working on some, what's it called, like Unholy Diver combos, where you get like a counter hit, launch the opponent into the air, hit them with Unholy Diver to apply the sustain state, and then you hit them again as they fall, and get like safe jumps from it, because I think if you do like 2H counter hit, Unholy Diver, close S or 5k to trigger the sustain state, and then you do a dash cancel into close S 2H, HS Grave Reaper, you actually get a safe jump there, which is really good. I don't really use it much in this set. It's something I figured out about a week into playing this character, I think. At this point I'm just doing like basic strike throw, but I'm predominantly zoning. I haven't really worked too much on figuring out how to play the character at a closer range. But yeah, her close range is actually pretty damn good for a zoner. It's a lot better than what I was expecting it to be when I first started playing the character. Mostly because of the 2H. It having a vacuum effect to counter FD, and having like really good frame data on block. I think it's only like -2 on block, so it's really strong in that regard. But yeah, I think that's the end of this set. Is it? Looking at my recording, 1 second. Yes, it is the end of the set. It was a very intense set. But yeah, I think my development with this character is coming along quite well, considering it was only like 3 or 4 days I've been playing them, which is pretty fast for me in all honesty. I normally don't learn characters this quickly. But with that, I'll bring this video to an end. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.